Good morning. This is Grand Thumb Farms here on Elm Creek 25 doing the Neapolitan Challenge Cereal Tycoon Edition. It's a grape day. It's a grape harvest day. And we'll get started on that as soon as we get finished with our morning chores. I loaded up this trailer with exactly 14,000 liters of silage. Nailed it. That was pretty embarrassing when I realized in the last episode that it only holds 14. I really thought I nailed it. At the end of the last episode, I mentioned I was going to do a green bean harvest to pay for the new trailer that I loaded up this morning, and I successfully completed it. It took me pretty deep into the night, and then I ran into Ben when returning everything, and he convinced me I should do a quick straw harvest. So I did that for him. I made a few more dollars, actually a few thousand, 10,000 maybe more dollars. So I'm going to get the grape harvest taken care of. I'm looking forward to seeing how many bunches of grapes will be left on the vine. It would be nice to see a lot more than 8 liters, which means we would have done something correctly as far as the fields go. And we might even be able to move into the sugar beet harvest. We'll have to see how bogged down I get with everything else. So I'm going to sell this silage, get back to the farm. I've already fed all the animals and topped off the water and all the greenhouses. And we just got to get everything ready to harvest the grapes. We'll see you in a bit. I was kind of dragging my feet this morning waiting on the sawmill to spawn some more products, but I realized it was out of wood, so that's something else I have to do today. There's always stuff that seems to creep up on me, but the grapes look good. And my new trailer, look at there, I think it's a little bit longer than my other one, but I won't have to hit the shop nearly as much. It'll save me quite some time. All right, let's see how we do this morning. I'll have to say that's more than I thought. 12.5. $1,800 for the wood. Not so bad. It's going to be a gorgeous day today, sun all day long, so I'm going to go ahead and put off the wood until after we finish the grape harvest. I just need to set up for that, which shouldn't be too hard. Everything's just so close. Now that I'm setting everything up for this, I realize I'd like to mulch the 2 rice fields, but there's some hail damage that needs to be taken care of. So I'm going to have to plow the damaged areas. Good morning, bees. The grass is ready to be cut, so I need to cut it. I'm going to make hay out of it. The rice field next to the house, I'm gonna uninstall the pumps, because that's going to become part of our yard. I believe that's what we're going to use anyway. And I don't need this tractor for anything right now. It's this machine over here. When I unfolded this for the first time, I got a little surprised that it stood up like it does. And then I realized when I looked into it that this is a self-leveling harvester. So if we were harvesting grapes on the side of a hill, it would self-level. That's pretty cool about this. While we have kind of rolling hills here at Elm Creek, there's no real hills to speak of that are on fields large enough to be a grape arbor. So that aspect of it's kind of going to waste, but it'll be fine. Something else I noticed when I was going through the last video is that I mentioned something about the other side of the river. It's obviously Elm Creek. It's not a river. All right. Let's see how we do in this year's Grape Harvest. Well, it looks like we've done better. There's a bunch more grapes left on the vine. I don't know what's up with me today. Our yield was right at 80%, which is the best we can do on that field. determining how many grapes we need to feed our cereal factor will dictate how large a field we get in the future. This is all just our starting farm. So everything's on a much smaller scale. But once we get everything growing, we'll start venturing out into larger properties and all that kind of stuff. So I do remember 8 liters is what we got last time after we dumped the trailer and the harvester. So let's see how we do. Almost 50 liters more, or just over 50 liters more. I'll call that a successful grape harvest. We need to activate the raisins. Good morning. Everything still fits into the production. We could stand to have a few more grapes. Not grape juice. Raisins. Activate. Nope, not selling. Storing. Activate. Alright. I activated our rice saplings also, so I wouldn't forget to do that. I'm going to go ahead and take out this rice field, which is seriously going to hinder our rice harvest next year. I would take out the smaller field, except that I can't put anything back there. Okay, and I think I'm going to paint over the mud, just so we don't have the mud. I'm not going to smooth it out just yet. I'm going to wait till we're ready to build out the yard before I do any detailed work. I'm going to get a worker mulching these. Are they mulched already? They're mulched. They just need to be cultivated. I'm going to try that this year. I'm going to cultivate the fields. They show to be mulched, so they just need to be cultivated. I can't fill them with water in this mulched state, but I imagine if I cultivate them, I can. I guess that'll be a proof of concept that we do this year. Yes, we can't fill them, but we know if we use the mulcher on there, we can fill them. So we can cultivate them in with the power harrow, and we should be able to fill them. Let's try that. I'll let a worker go here. And that power harrow should do a pretty good job. It's showing stubble tillage. I'm not sure what that means. I wonder if that needs to be mulched in. We'll have to see. Okay. I've got milk to deliver and wood to cut down. I'll go get started on the wood first. I didn't expect to be confused today, but I guess I am. Alright, we'll see after a while. I did my dead wood contract. I got about 6,700 wood in the sawmill and 238 liters of milk. All right, $1,000. I'll take it. I picked up 3 contracts that I figured I'd get, and they just about cover the sugar mill. So I'm going to head back and I'll get a helper helping me out with them. and then we'll hit the sack and get up early. Hope that the sugar beet harvester is on the sale page. I don't know that it will be. My luck says nope. But anyway, we'll see you in the morning. I finished the 3 contracts and the stone picking. I keep saving the stone and I'm not quite sure why. I just, for some reason, just keep storing it. I'm gonna have a big old stone pile over there before too long. We have our first pallet of premium goat cheese. I'm thrilled about that. I was hoping to get some goat milk too, and this would be a really big sale, but it'll be just fine. Before I take this off to the market, I want to check the used sales once again. Yep, all morning that's all we've had. I was thinking maybe we'd get lucky. But let me put this sugar mill in and maybe have some more friends move in too. Some new friends. Let's see how much we get on our sales this morning, and then we'll go down to the shop and pay full price for a sugar beet topper. A little over 11,000, not bad. See these bees. They're flying. I believe they'll be dormant next month. But they got a big old flower here. Oh, yesterday was a gorgeous day all day. Sunshine the whole day. I ended up only having helpers about half the time. But I came down and fertilized the grass field. And it's looking shabby. It really needs to be overseeded. I've been thinking about the act of overseeding. I believe you can use those overseeders to originally plant grass seeds. So if you purchase one of those, then you could use it to overseed. Alternatively, we could just cultivate the field up and reseed it. I don't know if that just wastes a month or what the disadvantage to that is. I've been thinking about it. I haven't looked into it really. I know that we got less than 28,000 grass off the last cutting, so it is steadily going down. All right, let me park my trailer. Good morning, and I will meet you down at the shop. right, I'm gonna look one more time in the used market. Come on, sugar beets, nothing. The Defoliator 3750. We're gonna hire purchase it. 40% down over 4 years. I believe we're still on 4 years. Yep, we're still in year 4. So it'll be $12.75 a month, 38,800 today over 48 months purchase. Okay, I'm not gonna buy the other one yet because who knows? It might go on sale. Okay, let's remember. I think this one doesn't give us as much problem as the actual digging tool. This tractor is 225 horsepower. 215 is what it wants. And we got a little hill. It's kind of funny. I get all worked up. These fields we're working right now are just so small because this is all our test farm. This is us learning how to make the cereal, getting all the equipment that we need so that we can branch out and then start doing it on a much larger scale to truly become a tycoon. So it shouldn't take very long. I think this is even a smaller field than we had before on that contract. It shouldn't take very long at all. That is pretty wild. I wouldn't want to be caught up in there. All right. Well, this is going to be our yard, or part of our yard. And I would go ahead and gravel it, except I need to get rid of that silage before I do. So in the next couple of months, we'll get this graveled and maybe get a new shed. But I'm going to park this here for now. I need to get the trailer set up because even though it's a small field, we're going to need to dump that harvester, I'm pretty sure, a few times. And the reason I said we need to get rid of the silage because an object on the ground makes it hard to work with this ground here. That's kind of like what happened here. This lump here was because I had my truck parked over here when I built the rice field. So it's best to have everything cleaned up before you do any kind of terrain changing stuff. Okay. Go back to the shop, cross our fingers. Oh, look. We got some more good soup, I think. Yep, we got some good soup. So we'll have kimchi and good soup tomorrow. Maybe even some raisins and bottled goat's milk. We'll see. Okay, let's see how lucky we are. I'm gonna go browse the store for a few minutes and see if anything happens at 10 o'clock. There's just nothing going on sale today. Goodness. Okay, now for the big boy. Requires 280. We have 215, 225. Can't remember. We don't have 280. Higher purchase 40% over 4 years, 2,300 a month. We got it. This is a monster. That is for sure. It's a beast. All right, let's get this back to the farm and pull up our sugar beets. See what kind of sweet rewards we can get. I did it again. Okay, this does not unfold. You just turn it on. It's gonna be fun trying to get up this hill. Can tell already. And we got our first sugar beets out of the ground. I'm certainly pleased that this field isn't much steeper. That'd have been pretty tough. But it didn't do as poorly as I thought it would. I do hope one day we can get one of those fancy self-propelled harvesters. That was a lot of fun. All right, let's see what this haul is. I'm guessing pretty close to 28,000. Because we know this trailer only holds 14,000. 25,784. That's sugar beet. Well, that's not a step we're going to take now, but I'll have to look into it. I believe you use some type of front end loader attachment, or maybe it has to be a wheel loader attachment. I don't know. Sugar beet sugar. 2 sugar beets, 2 liters of sugar beets gives you 1.05, which is an odd deal, but okay. At $12.72 a month. Activate storing. Wonder if we're going to see our first sugar. It'll come. We do have that sweet, sweet honey. I installed some lights. I think there's 4. Either 3 or 4 down this side over here. I think there's 3. And then I put one under here by the chicken coop. One here, and then another one over there by the windmill, and a small one right here. This morning early when I woke up, I couldn't see anything. It was dark. So that's when I put them in. We are successfully in the sugar beet business. So the only things we need left are oats and corn. I'm not sure that we can get those both next year. We've got the harvester expense to undertake. I did just pick up a cotton contract, and those are typically pretty good, and it's only 11 o'clock this morning, so I can pick up a couple of contracts this afternoon, and we should be getting some extra money from the sugar. So we'll just keep plugging right along, working towards harvest season next year. I still have to do some work on the grape fields. It's going to need fertilizer, mulching, and cultivating, but we're doing okay. I do appreciate you coming by and spending some of your time with me here today. I thank you. And I hope you see me in the next one. Have a good day.